We chose this to be the first song on the album because we think it has all the classic hallmarks of Internal Bleeding. It's got all the slam, very catchy, and also some good solid blast beats to it.
We all felt it was a strong opener. You know, kind of sets off the tone for the rest of the album. It has a little bit of everything what IB has done in the past and what we're doing in the future. One of the catchiest ones on the album. It seems to be, we've played this song a lot out live, and you know, we always, when we're writing new songs, we like to play them live, and we like to judge how the crowd, you know, reacts. You know, obviously Internal Bleeding being a very live band, you know, we like to really hash out parts and stuff, and The Visitant was one of those songs which, when we started to debut it live, it was an immediate crowd pleaser.
The Visit, we have done prior solos, but this time we did a lot more. Where on the first album we only did one solo, on Despoilment of Rotting Flesh, this time we have 3.
All the years wasted, serving the decisions, open my reward waits in the afterlife. Side of the con is strange, being around me, carrying this display of what I can never be. Open to the left, my purpose now defined, epiphany between the bummy.
This is personally my favorite song on the album. I think it's the heaviest song on the album, and it's just got some grooves on it that are just so thick that you want to take a sledgehammer and smash somebody's head open with it.
You see killers and murderers and people that are committing crimes glorified in the media, and it's just in the human nature that somebody sees that they can get their 15 minutes of fame by disregarding law or other people. They're gonna do it. It's just human nature.
Savagery wants to be yours.
This is the first song in the 3-song trilogy that we wrote. It's probably the most dynamic song on the album, with a lot of really cool meter shifts and time signature changes and things like that.
The government has funding to constantly listen to space. What if they found something and they sent the answer back, and it turned out they wanted to befriend, but in the end they wanted to eventually conquer. So that's the first part of discovery.
It's communion with the words. To burn the mess inside the ride. Look, stepping march forward. Die.
This is a little bit more of a technical song as far as the band is concerned. There's a lot more complicated stuff going on in it, as opposed to a lot of the straight groove that you hear. So it might be a little bit something different for the normal listener of an Internal Bleeding.
That jumps ahead to the actual occupation. We get overthrown, and they basically need this planet cleared out, because wherever they did come from, their natural resources ran out, and they need our planet for their natural resources, and they have to get rid of us. So within the battling and war is not doing the trick, so they introduced a plague upon the earth that expedites the extermination of the human race.
possibilities. Smiles make the faces of elite. Do we see it through the fantasy? Now die, my children. And to read doses in celebration. Where will the images of the
Aftermath is the conclusion of the trilogy, and that's just basically, as it says, Aftermath. Everything's done. The planet's a vast wasteland, but certain people are kept alive, like people that can contribute to the reconstruction of their utopian civilization. Now that we're gone, we have to rebuild. They have to rebuild, so they use us to rebuild, and they try and create their new perfect world.
From a personal standpoint, this song has my favorite riffs on the album. It has two of my favorite riffs on the album that I literally wrote in 30 seconds. I woke up in the middle of the night and I had the riffs in my head. I just banged them out on my acoustic guitar. Next thing you know, it was in the song.
Forever destined to serve. We won.
Placate the Ancients. This is one of the first songs we wrote together once we got back together, and I think it's a real powerful song that has a lot of really interesting things going on in it.
I personally like the end of it. You know, Bill's got a pretty sick little drum fill thing he does, and the song ends off on a strong point. You know, a lot of groove.
Final second line, complete exhaustion of the soul. Man lives beneath midnight, apathetic to the moment. When time comes to take its aim, let the bills the compromise. From Messiah fell to wisdom.
This song actually contains some melody in it, which is something that Internal Bleeding usually never does. We're usually very anti-melody, but this actually has some melody in it, and not any kind of happy melody, but a really kind of perverse and eerie sounding melody that we're really happy we managed to weave into the song.
The story of the gestation of a serial killer, from the ostracized child with the weird tendencies, and enjoying hurting animals. Just basically the beginning of a sociopathic mind, from childhood all the way to adulthood.
This child must die! Part of the clinging unit cannot exist. These are the words of your Lord. Possession of the mind of a man.
The end of Castigo probably really pushed me to the limits as far as that last crazy blast beat. I just put myself up to 12 and hit play, and I just let my hands do the work, and I couldn't believe it myself when I heard it, how fast I was. I was like, wow, that was me.
That's basically somebody that is so devout into their religion that they feel they're not worthy of the love of their God unless they inflict the same amount of pain that their God went through, as in Jesus Christ, with the torture, the thorns, and everything like this. This person doesn't feel worthy of the love of his God unless he actually experiences what Christ went through.
Investigate my body, transcendent, save my soul, mutilate my body, this vessel of damnation. Investigate my body, burn the flesh, blind my eyes, taste the pain, my elevation, salvation.